Welcome to Mill Run, a small creek that flows out of Rainbow Lake and runs underneath Meadville. Yes, underneath. We will go under Pennsylvania Sandwich and Pizza Company and more until we flow our way into French Creek.
Creek Connections is an environmental education outreach program of Allegheny College that has been around since 1995. We work with about 40 schools and even more, probably more than 50 teachers in Western Pennsylvania and beyond to do water quality studies on their local streams.
In 2020, we received a grant from the NAAEE in partnership with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to fund a collaboration with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Mentoring Program, Nita M. Lowy, Pennsylvania 21st Century Community Learning Center. We taught a 4-week completely virtual program. While we were limited in our abilities to conduct hands-on science, we were able to make adjustments to the program that still made science accessible and fun. Using Microsoft Teams, we met with students virtually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the month of July, which required us to condense our program, but still allowed us to have face-to-face conversations about watersheds, water quality, and so much more.
We were no longer able to bring the students out to the creek, so we had to bring the creek to them. By creating videos using WeVideo and iMovie, as well as sharing presentations, we were able to bring the students to their local watersheds of Mill Run and French Creek. We were also able to introduce students to the 3 rivers in Pittsburgh, the Mississippi River and the Gulf of Mexico, and even to the Atlantic Ocean in Maine. While the course was condensed, we were able to keep students engaged with videos, activities, and presentations, building every week's learning off the previous week's content. Our goal for the MLK program was to have students understand what a watershed is and why the health of a watershed is so important. We used a video watershed model to show students the definition of a watershed. During week 1, we talked about headwaters, what defines a watershed, and what watersheds are in the area. Using Google Earth and videos, students got a glimpse of their local waterway, Mill Run, and the future of the stream as it flows into larger waterways. At the end of every lesson, we talked about scientists and activists and what future careers in science may look like. We focused on professionals ranging from ichthyologists, herpetologists, geologists, and park rangers to name a few. We implemented homework assignments to get the students outside in their yards and parks. While some students were able to get outside, most students did not complete the assigned homework. The students did show interest in the homework topics, even though they did not complete the assignments, and we see potential for the programming to take off when we are able to be in person or find more accessible ways for the students to complete assignments. We briefly reviewed the homework at the beginning of every class to cover the content that was missed due to lack of homework completion, and students participated well during these sessions. During the sessions, we had trouble holding attention online and having active participation. These roadblocks stemmed from different home situations that caused reluctance to turn on the video and microphone, along with fear of heading outdoors if they weren't used to having outdoor experiences. We overcame these challenges by encouraging the use of the chat function for communication and sharing videos of ourselves outside to inspire safe outdoor discovery. The short time we had with students affected the participation in class because they were not comfortable engaging until the end of the course, after we had got to spend more time together. However, students still did a great job in the course and showed improvement in their knowledge of watersheds. We hope in the future that we can work with students near their local waterways and develop enthusiasm for learning outdoors in their local community. Now we have floated into French Creek, the most biodiverse creek east of the Mississippi River, home to 27 species of mussels and 15 species of darters, which is why it is considered one of the most important streams of its size in the northeastern United States. This is the Allegheny River. French Creek flows into here near the town of Franklin, PA. The Allegheny River is the main headstream of the Ohio River by volume, which means the waterway that gives the Ohio River the most water flowing downstream is the Allegheny River. Now you have a hint where we're going next. Have you ever heard the term Three Rivers in the Pittsburgh area? It's because the Monongahela and the Allegheny Rivers meet here to flow into the Ohio River. We are flowing next to Point State Park in Pittsburgh, PA. The Ohio River is the third largest river by discharge volume in the United States and the largest tributary by volume of the north-south flowing Mississippi River. It is also the source of drinking water for 3 million people. We made it to the Mississippi River in the hands of some volunteers cleaning up trash that has floated here. We aren't the only things that travel through the watershed. This is a large river. In fact, it's the second largest river in the North American continent. The Mississippi's watershed drains all or parts of 32 United States and 2 Canadian provinces between the Rocky and Appalachian Mountains. The water is still flowing though. Our journey isn't over yet.